First at 4, breaking news. Sky 4 over the scene of a water tower rescue in Pontiac. Ben.
Karen, beautiful blue skies going into the weekend. We'll carry the sunshine with us, and we'll tell you where temperatures end up straight ahead.
Dangerous washing machines recalled. The injuries and the information a few million Americans need to know if they're affected. And Nick Monticelli is live this afternoon.
Karen, good evening. A 14-year-old hit and killed on her way to school this morning. We talked to her family, what they want you to know about their beloved sophomore, in my live report next on First at 4.
Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And it is a busy Friday afternoon. We start with breaking news, a water tower rescue in Pontiac. Sky 4 is over the scene right now. You can see firefighters all around that water tower right now. There are 2 workers apparently trapped inside. We are told they could have serious injuries. We will stay on top of this story throughout the afternoon, and we also have a crew on the way to Pontiac to bring you any new developments. First at 4, it is a heartbreaking tragedy for the family of one high school student, and 2 other young people must be traumatized after a deadly accident in Macomb Township. Our Nick Monticelli is live near a memorial for the 14-year-old girl who died this morning. Nick?
Karen, just an unbelievable tragedy today. Not only do you have the 14-year-old girl who was hit and killed, but 2 16-year-old classmates inside of the car that killed her. So a lot of people affected here. Now, there are 2 little memorials set up, one on one side of the road near where that Jeep stopped, the other near the driveway of her parents' home, where she barely made it out of before she was hit and killed.
Watched her grow up, become the little girl that she is, the teenager that she became, the sophomore in high school that she was great friends with everybody.
Scott Goodhue is best friends with Victoria Cartwright's parents, and as you can imagine, their world has fallen apart. This morning, Victoria was hit and killed when she was walking to Dakota High School. She's a sophomore there. She barely made it out of her parents' driveway before she was hit by a Jeep. Making it worse, inside of that Jeep were 2 girls, 16-year-old classmates. Her friends say the mood today inside of Dakota High was incredibly somber.
This morning I heard it was just devastating because it doesn't feel like it's real. But just thinking about it, could have been anybody.
There are small memorials on either side of the road near where she passed away. Not 2 subtle reminders, her friends say, to hug your kids tight.
Love your children, hug them every day and tell them that you love them. Even if you're mad at them or if they're mad at you, just make sure that you know that they love each other.
Now, Dakota High School is playing a semi-regional playoff football game tonight at Utica High School. Actually, it's against Eisenhower, played at Utica. So the students and faculty will be there wearing all whites to honor Victoria and try to honor her memory. Now, coming up on Local 4 at 5 o'clock, you're going to hear more from this family friend and what the family wants those girls who are inside of that Jeep to know. We're live in Macomb Township. Nick Monticelli, First at 4.
All right, thank you, Nick. Another top story today. People on Detroit's east side may have seen the smoke from this big fire around noon. Firefighters responded on Cadillac Boulevard and Goethe, where a vacant building burst into flames. It's unclear what caused the fire. Luckily, no injuries were reported. Time now for our first look at the forecast. What's up, Ben?
Well, beautiful sunshine out there right now, Karen, and even though temperatures are close to average, we've got a ways to go going into the weekend. Not much of a breeze out there, so it should be a relatively comfortable November night. And as we head into Saturday and Sunday, 62 on Saturday, 64 to close out the weekend. That will be the warmest that we've got in the forecast. But numbers are not going to fall far from this mark. We will check out our next chance of rain, see when it's finally going to show up. That's all in a few minutes. Karen.
Just days before the 2016 presidential election, the Michigan Democratic Party has filed a lawsuit against the Donald Trump campaign. The suit is a preemptive move to block Trump supporters from trying to intimidate voters on Election Day. The suit asks a federal judge to issue a restraining order to prevent any intimidation. Michigan's Republican Party calls the suit frivolous, insulting action from a campaign that can't win on the issues. Meantime, Michigan has become part of the big blue wall Hillary Clinton needs to protect her path to the White House. That's one reason she is in Detroit right now. And let's take a look at live pictures from Eastern Market. Clinton will hold a Get Out the Vote rally there within the hour. She has been leading Trump in Michigan, but with the race tightening nationally, it's critical she wins states like Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. She could come to the podium any minute, and if she does, of course, we'll bring it to you live. Meantime, Donald Trump also dedicating plenty of resources to Michigan. Trump was here on Monday. His sons and daughters have been here, and his vice presidential candidate, Mike Pence, was in Lansing today. Kimberly Gill is in the newsroom covering the final push for your vote. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi there, Karen. Good afternoon to you. This is a tight race, so that means all hands on deck for both of these candidates, and they are fighting to make sure their message is heard in those crucial battleground states. Now, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, as you said, is in Lansing today, hoping to turn the blue state of Michigan red. Pence says his running mate embodies the spirit of America and that Americans are sick of the corruption associated with Hillary Clinton. And just across Lake Michigan, Vice President Joe Biden is rallying voters in Wisconsin. Biden says Trump's economic policies will not help the middle class, and he's overall unfit to be a leader.
This man is totally, thoroughly, as a consequence of what he doesn't know, what he thinks he knows, and the way he's demonstrating his character. He is thoroughly unprepared and unqualified to be the Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America.
Now, we commend the FBI for reopening the case and following the facts, because men and women in Michigan, you know what we know, down in the Hoosier State and all across this country. What makes America special is that no one is above the law.
Governor Pence went on to criticize donations given to the Clinton Foundation during Hillary Clinton's time as Secretary of State. And both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump will be back in Pennsylvania this weekend. On Sunday, Trump will head to North Carolina, where a CNN poll shows he is just 4 points behind Hillary Clinton. Karen, almost there to the election on Tuesday. Back to you.
Almost. All right. Thank you, Kim. First at 4, we're also on top of stories making headlines around the world on your Friday afternoon. More than 100 firefighters are working in Australia to put out a raging wildfire threatening homes. The massive fire is burning less than 50 miles from Sydney's business district, putting the pressure on crews to douse those flames soon. So far, only 2 houses have been affected, although the flames are quickly approaching other homes in the area. Moving now to the Windy City, and it is definitely a party there as the world champion Chicago Cubs today celebrated. Small boats were actually dumping blue dye into the Chicago River. Now, we've seen the river go green for St. Patty's Day. Well, today it's Cubby blue. This was just the warm-up for the big parade. That parade earlier today started at Wrigley Field, headed down the magnificent mile, and ended with a huge rally over at Grant Park. Millions of fans lined the streets to catch a glimpse of the trophy and their favorite Cubs players. As you probably heard at least 108 times, it is the Cubs' first title in 108 years. Congratulations to them. We're just 20 days away from America's Thanksgiving Parade in downtown Detroit. Today, Local 4's Jason Carr was at the parade company pancake breakfast to see a huge new float from the Ford Motor Company Fund. Take a look at the new reveal.
All right, set the stage. Let's get excited.
We are going to roll out the brand new Ford float, and it is as exciting as can be. Right, Jim? We're ready to go?
Absolutely.
I'm going to count it down. The curtain's going to drop, and here we go.
All right, let's do it.
Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
All right. That is a quality representation of a Model T. It looks like I want to take it for a spin.
Yeah, this is a great new float for us. We call it Mobility One.
All right.
Because everybody in the auto industry is talking about mobility. So we kind of combined here the history of Ford, the innovation. So obviously based with Henry Ford, our founder, and the Model T, and then on to computer design with a new Escape that's coming out of a computer. And then when you get to the very end, you'll see an autonomous vehicle, or what it could look like.
This is a very it's the longest you've ever done. It's over 90 feet long, almost a Honda, right?
Right, exactly. Just a little longer than a Ford F-150 that'll be pulling this thing. But really, it's a tribute to our employees and the founder of the company and our innovative, group at Ford. And As you can see, the wheels are going up and down. So really, you know, the parade's a great time to bring everybody together. And, you know, at this time, we need things that bring people together, and that's a big reason why we're involved.
Let's go back to the studio.
Beautiful new float. Thanks so much, Jason. Of course, Local 4 is the only place that you can watch the parade on Thanksgiving. We sure hope you'll spend part of your holiday with us. Ahead, first at 4, if you get any medical information from social media, you need to hear some very disturbing information about what you might be reading. Also, dangerous washing machines. Some people have been injured when they've been just trying to do their clothes. What you need to know next in a Help Me Hank recall alert. We remain on the scene of the breaking news going on in Pontiac. Sky 4 over a water tower near the corner of Mount Calm and Edison Street, where 2 workers are trapped inside right now. Firefighters are on the scene trying to get them out. We're told the 2 workers are injured. We will continue monitoring this breaking situation and bring you updates as they come in.
World.
All right, we've got some new developments now just into that breaking situation in Pontiac. Take a look. We're going to see if we can zoom in a little bit more with our camera from Sky 4. We are at the scene of a rescue from a water tower where apparently there were 2 workers trapped inside. If you can see, they just removed one of those workers. He's just been rushed into a medical helicopter. The second worker, we have found out, is still inside the tower. Firefighters and rescue crews are there right now trying to get that person out of that tower safely. But we do have some reports there are injuries. Again, a water tower rescue. 2 people were trapped. 1 person has been rescued but sent right now to a hospital via a medical helicopter. Frantically right now, we're trying to get that second worker. We will stay on top of this with information from Sky 4, and we have a crew on the way on the ground. Of course, stay tuned to clickondetroit.com as well. Dangerous washing machines are the focus of this Help Me Hank recall alert. 9 people have been reported injured. Samsung is recalling 2.8 million top-loading washing machines because they can experience an excessive vibration or the top can detach, possibly hurting someone. Injuries have included a broken jaw, injured shoulder, and other people have fallen. 34 Samsung models are affected, sold at several major retailers. Owners should contact Samsung immediately to get a free repair, a rebate toward a new machine, or a full refund. Now, this is a lot of information for you, so we did post a link for more details on the consumer page at clickondetroit.com. Again, a Samsung washer recall. Let's talk good health. Beware of what you read on social media when it comes to your health. New research highlights a really disturbing trend. A recent study looked at Facebook posts about the Zika virus back in May and June of this year. It found 4 of 5 posts did contain accurate information, but the posts with inaccurate information or conspiracy theories were actually the most popular. Doctors worry the inaccurate posts could lead to people to disregard good information from more reliable sources. It's hard to say that we need to tell you not to depend on social media for your health care, but clearly do not do that.
I could say the same thing for weather.
You know, you're right, because so many people go to certain things and think they can, you know, read the radar or figure things out.
Somebody's saying a huge snowstorm's coming when it's really not, so come here.
Go to Ben Bailey and the Click on Detroit app, right?
That's right. But I'll tell you, in the next 7 to 10 days, we're going to see a whole lot of this. Sunshine, really, as far as the eye can see. We're right now at 56 degrees, close to average for this time of year. No real problems with the wind, and look at how high that pressure is, 36. That high pressure is going to be in control for most of the upcoming forecast. Slightly warmer temperatures out here to the west. You see the Twin Cities, 67, 60s on the other side of the lake, and we'll get there tomorrow. In fact, our numbers look like they're going to continue rising at least through the end of the weekend before we start to plateau just a little bit. Cloud cover wise, it's all gone. Well, we're under clear skies and should be that way tonight as well. Unfortunately, that does mean we've got a chilly night ahead of us with a lot of us dipping down into the 30s. But as we get into tomorrow, sunshine comes back. You'll see on the map as we go into Sunday, there will be a couple spots, mainly well out here to the north and west, where there may just be little areas of fog pretty quickly, possibly exclusively in our north zone on Sunday morning, but should not affect a whole lot of us. It should not last very long. But low temperatures tonight, dropping down to the low 40s here in our metro zone. These will be some of our milder numbers. You get outside of the metro zone, and that's where the 30s start to take hold. Onstead, Morenci, Adrian, you're going to be at 38 waking up tomorrow morning. West zone, a lot of 30s out there as well. In fact, all 30s from Flint down to Canton. And in our north zone, north of M59, 30-degree low temperatures tonight, with the exception of this string of 40s here from Waterford over to Macomb Township and maybe Lexington, picking up 40 as well for our lows. High temperatures will be warmer as we go to 62. Still plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Ditto for Sunday, 64 on that high side. And look at how bright this forecast is all the way through Friday. A little bit of a fall off in temperatures, but remember, average is mid-50s. So we'll just get back there on Friday. Election day looks dry. And don't forget to set your clocks back Saturday night before you head to bed. Karen?
Very much, Ben. Up next, a college sports sex scandal. The Ivy League team forced to end its season early because of disturbing behavior towards women. If you're just joining us, we have a breaking news situation in Pontiac right now where firefighters are still working to rescue a second worker who was trapped inside a water tower. You can see the crews standing right there outside that door area. The first worker was pulled out about 5 minutes ago and rushed to a medical helicopter to receive help. Firefighters are still trying to get that second worker out. We are keeping Sky 4 over the scene and will continue bringing you updates on air and online. Time now for a look at today's trending stories. Harvard University has ended the 2016 men's soccer season early. The athletic director says the team continued a tradition of creating sexually explicit scouting reports on freshman women's soccer players. The last two games for the men's team now canceled. Harvard's president says this decision is very serious and shows the team's behavior is unacceptable. This story is also trending this afternoon. It's really very sad. Michael Bublé, very well-known singer, and his wife announced some sad news about their son. The Canadian star says his 3-year-old son Noah has been diagnosed with cancer. He broke the news on his Facebook page but didn't share more details about his son's condition. Bublé is canceling work commitments to concentrate on his son's health. His statement asks for your prayers and says the family has a long journey ahead. Well, still ahead tonight here on Local 4 Flashback Friday as we celebrate Carmen Harlan. Make sure to stay with us for a classic Carmen memory.
The number of homeless veterans living on the streets is startling. A lot of people talk about it, but who's doing anything about it?
I get thanked a lot. I've been thanked at the gas station just purchasing a soda. Thank you for serving our country. But what I really need you to do is give me an opportunity.
Next Friday, Veterans Day, a project will launch that could help solve homelessness for veterans in Detroit. It's not a charity, there's no handout, it's pure business.
Veterans are actually the main co-owners of the company and are the main workers of the company.
The idea was simple, a group of strong, tough, talented people to do what America does best, make something.
We wanted to create something in Detroit that symbolized the kind of ruggedness and resiliency of the men and women we worked with.
Who cares about...
And here's another look at the breaking news situation we've been following for more than an hour now in Pontiac. Firefighters still working to rescue a worker trapped inside that water tower. They have already pulled one worker out, but the second one is still in there, and we are told he is injured. We do not know the extent of his injuries. That first worker was rescued approximately about 10-11 minutes ago. Now they're trying to rescue the second man. Of course, we will keep you updated on clickondetroit.com. Sky 4 is going to stay there so we can have live updates throughout our newscasts at 5 and 6. Again, a breaking news situation. One worker rescued from the water tower plant, a second worker still trapped, and this is going on in Pontiac. It is a very busy news day. Now let's move from Pontiac to Eastern Market. Look at that crowd. They have showed up. Democrat Hillary Clinton is about to talk to supporters at Eastern Market. Debbie Stabenow is now at the podium talking to voters. As you know, we are getting very close to hearing from Hillary herself. This is a very important conversation she needs to have with voters here in Michigan, because as she wants to obviously win this state, as Trump's numbers are slowly starting to edge up a little bit more in Michigan. We'll have a live update on Local 4 News at 5. Meantime, First at 4, we're celebrating Carmen Harlan and her long career here at Local 4.
Yeah, after 38 years, she is finally retiring next week, and we are going to miss her. Here's a look back at some of her early years reporting here in Detroit.
So this is it. You didn't have traveler's checks. Your wallet's gone and all your money. But never fear, your wallet will probably end up here. From downtown, Carmen Harlan, News 4 Detroit.
Celebrating Carmen tonight at 8. Don't miss the special. Have a good weekend.